Alright then guys, today we're going to be doing another Lord of SQLI challenge, and the challenge we're going to be doing today is going to be called, I don't even know what it's called. But anyway, before I get started with this challenge, I just want to give out a quick disclaimer saying that any content provided in these tutorials is intended for educational purposes only. And yeah, so let's get started. So the challenge that we're going to be doing today is going to be a Lord of SQLI challenge, and it's going to be called Godzilla. So with this challenge, one of the things we see right away is if you look closely at the URL, it says modsec. And if you guys don't know, in my previous videos, we were dealing with a modsec firewall, modsec security cool rule set v13 bypass. So this was a bypass we used to bypass a web application firewall. So right away, I'm thinking there's probably gonna be some kind of firewall in place that is not gonna allow us for certain queries. So we're probably gonna have to use the query that we've been using the past couple of challenges, or the past two challenges, which is this query. And you guys could look at my previous video to understand what this query is doing for the most part. But to solve our, I guess, this challenge, we're gonna be using this query that I just highlighted right here. So continuing on, so we see that we get preg matches on both ID and PW. So that means if any of these match on our ID or PW, that means we get a no hack. So if I do ID is equal to, what is it, prob, we get no hack. So we can't use that, which is what we've been dealing with for most of these challenges. So it's not that hard. And then we get select ID from where ID is equal to ID and PW is equal to PW, whatever we input. Then we got the strong query, it prints out the query. Then it does fetch array and then prints out hello admin. So we know the query is valid if it equals to hello admin. And if you see right here, we get the password, whatever we input, and it gets passed inside this query. And for the most part, the password has to be true, has to pass, and then the password has to match. So we're gonna need to find the actual password. So if you guys don't know, this is basically a blind SQLI where we have to find a way to if we get a valid query for any of this, it will print out hello admin every time, how we've been doing it in the past. So in the past, we've been doing this something like, I'll open up Notepad, something like this. So we have the query provided, and then we like escape from this, and then we do like a or valid query where we usually get the length of the password because we're trying to find the password, and then we brute force the length. This is just brute forcing the length, and then I'll just zoom out a bit. Query provided, then we're brute forcing the length. Then once we find the length, we just do something with substring because that's not being filtered out. We pass in the password. We pass in, we go through every one of them. The curly braces that means every position in the password. So that'll be like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 until like the length of the password that we retrieved from beforehand. And then we want to brute force it to any character in the alphabet or any printable ASCII character. So that could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, ABC underscore question mark, etc. It'll be anything. So that's basically what we're going to be doing. So, but there's one major problem, like I was saying, there's a firewall in place. So how do we get bypass that? So how do you know there's a firewall in place? So let me try escaping this query. So if I do ID is equal to, and then we close the query. So now we close it, right? So right now, currently it's only this part. Now what if we do or 1 equals 1? And then we do percentage 23. If we do something like this, or ID is equal to admin, we get the firewall error. So how do we get bypass this? So we're probably gonna be using the exact same method we've been using beforehand. So just be copying this second query, which I already explained what it does for the most part, and then paste this right here. This A equals this part. This is basically 1 equals 1. That's basically it. But we could change this, I think, if we do something like this. ID is equal to admin, and I think this should work, hopefully. And see, look, we get hello admin. So we found a way to bypass this. So all we need to do is just basically change this to ID is equal to admin, and I guess we could do something like and length of PW is equal to 1. And then we just keep on brute forcing this until we reach a certain number. So in my case, I use one of the old scripts that we have. Oh, I guess I kind of spoiled the answer. So if you guys catch that, you guys could probably just insert that. But I guess I'll explain what my code does for the most part. Then cat Godzilla. Oh, back cat so you guys can see it good. Godzilla. So Q. Let's put this more up right here. Back cat Godzilla. So for the most part, what I'm gonna be doing is I get the URL, and then after that right here, we pass in whatever the web application firewall is. Then we get or length of PW. I probably could have made this more specific. I could have put like ID and to get ID, because if I do length of PW, we're gonna brute force up to 10, because I'm guessing it's not, like, it'll be pretty crazy if it's more than 10, but you'll be surprised. In the previous challenge, I had to raise this up to like, I forgot how the biggest password, but anyway. So we get this, we get the length of the password, and then we try every possible number in 10. So it'll be 0, or no, it'll be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then if we ever get hello admin, we assign that to length of pass, and at the end we print the length of pass. But in our case, when I ran this, I got 2 lengths. I got 5 and 8. That must have been like a weird coding error on my end. So that's why I said I could have been more precise and did or ID equals to admin and length of password. So I kind of got in the password of admin. But anyway, this could probably be changed. And then from right here is what we've previously been doing for the most part. ID is equal to admin. Then we get the substring. We want to turn it into ASCII, and then we just compare it with the actual number between this. And like I said before, you could probably use printable strings if you use the strings import, or like how would I import strings right here, or you could probably for the most part change this because this is currently O of n, so O of n squared. You could probably use a binary search to search for I guess to search for this to make it even more quicker, make it more faster. You could like make this operation a lot more faster if you use binary searching, but right now we're brute forcing it, so it's a bit slower. But if I were to run this real quick, I guess to show you guys, Python 3 Godzilla, you will see we get a certain length. So we're just waiting for this, and we see we go 5, but then we get 8. So yeah, that was about it for this challenge. And for this challenge, it wasn't, I guess, that difficult for the most part, because like I guess I'll prove you guys that this gets passed. We copy this, and then if I just delete all of this and just paste this, we get that's 9. Be 8. We get hello admin. So we know the length of the password is 8, and then after that just brute forcing every character inside the string like we've been doing in the past. And if you were to do that, I think not this. This will be our solution to the CTF. So if we just change PW equals to this, we get Godzilla clear. So that clears us from this challenge. And yeah, that was about it for this challenge. I hope you guys learned something new. This is pretty cool. It applied a lot the what we learned in the past with a blind SQL injection, along with, I guess, a firewall bypass of a mod sec. So anyway, yeah. Anyway, see you guys in the next video. Peace.